Thanks for tuning in, coming back to the channel. Again, like and subscribe if you would. Today we're going to talk about final expense considerations. How much life insurance do you need for your final expense plan? We're just going to cover this topic. We'll use some other videos to cover other insurance calculations. We're going to look at funeral home costs, cemetery plot costs, makers and headstones, caskets, other funeral costs, medical, legal and probate, debts, cash needs, taxes, cash gifts, others, and get a total down here. I am going to use the average costs for my area here in Virginia. The costs in your geographic location may change a little bit, but these will give you some ideas. I'm going to use the average costs, right? So, all right. So we're well prepared for the video. All right. So I'm using a funeral services site to pull up these numbers. They're not making them up. All right. Average cost for Virginia. We're going to have basic services, transportation, embalming, visitation and service, right? In hearse, so we're going to have 2,075 plus 351 plus 718 for embalming plus casket prep plus visitation and viewing plus the funeral service itself plus the hearse. So basic funeral home charges, average for here, where I'm at here in Virginia, is $46.65, right? Cremation plots or cemetery plots, the last time I looked one up was $1,500, right? Headstone's going to be, say, 1,000. Average casket cost is $3,500. Okay. Medical. Medical can be pretty much anything, but let's say you had to make a trip to the hospital and your final bill after all your Medicare was $5,000. You're going to have some sort of probate, say about $1,500. Debts, this is the number that you put in. We'll use 0 for the example today. Cash needs will say 0. Taxes will say 0. Cash gifts, up to you, say 0 for now. Other will say 0. So let's just add this up for now. The $46.65 plus $1,500 plus another 1,000 for head marker plus $3,500 for the casket. Damn it. Apparently I can't type. Plus 1,500 plus 1,000. That gives us $10,665. Right? So when you're trying to decide how much of a plan to invest in, to contribute to, so that your loved ones don't have to come out of pocket to honor you and lay you to rest, this is about an average funeral home cost, burial plan cost, roughly about $11,000, right? Cremation probably take about $4,000 or $5,000 off of that. So that is, in a nutshell, what you would want to do when you get ready to get a plan. Is sit down, kind of get an idea of what a funeral would cost in your area, what you would be looking at, and then look at getting the most budget-friendly plan that you can to meet your need. That's for today. Now, we're going to project this out a little bit, right? Because who the heck wants to buy a life insurance policy today and die tomorrow? Nobody, right? Right. So, we're going to say funeral in Virginia in 2025. All right. Now, let's say we want to go out another 10 years. We're going to call inflation an average of 3.5%. So 2035 So 10 years from today, that same 3.5% interest is going to push your funeral cost to $15,045, right? So when you're looking at the plan, this may be the more realistic option for you. If you go out another 10 years, so in other words, yeah. Okay, so as I was saying before, my battery died last night. That's why the outfit change here. We're gonna, if we push out the inflation on the final expense, really any insurance requirement, at 3.5% interest or inflation, the amount to cover the same funeral 20 years from now would be $21,000 as opposed to the $10,665. So those are things to consider when purchasing a plan, when investing in a plan, and making that commitment to your loved ones. Maybe thinking a little bit further ahead than just this year or next year when you're deciding on the amount. All right. Remember to hit that subscribe and like button, and we'll catch you next time.